The question remains, how did a man who murdered 4 people find a way to escape? Elliot was considered a low-risk level 2 inmate. Heather Walker will break down the classification system in just a moment, but first, Danny Carlson is talking with a former jail guard who knows the Ionia prison inside and out. He has some ideas about what might have gone wrong. Danny?
Well, and you know what, Sue, he has some ideas, but more than anything, he still has a lot of questions tonight. Aaron Cobb left the Ionia Correctional Facility in 2008, back when he says the prison had more staff on hand. He thinks more bodies could have helped prevent this situation, but either way, it does look like there may have been some both human and technology errors that led to this escape. So he started here, we assume, and then is this a fence here that he would have had to come across?
Yep, there's a fence here, and there's a fence here, and there's a yard shack here. Since he wasn't a kitchen worker, how he was able to move from point A to point B is the mystery.
Mystery is a word that former Ionia Correctional Facility guard Aaron Cobb used again and again when trying to figure out just what happened last night. We also heard he had a box cutter with him. How would he get his hands on something like that?
That's the million-dollar question. We went to great lengths to make sure that these guys didn't have any weapons or anything that they could make into weapons.
Cobb worked at the prison for several years and knows its procedures from the inside out. Any tool, especially those that could be used as weapons, are strictly tracked. The exterior gate is supposed to have an alarm that goes off when anyone touches it. Sometimes, Cobb told us, a strong wind has even set it off. But he says the alarm must not have gone off last night.
It couldn't have happened. If there was a fence alarm, staff members would have responded, and had they responded, they would have seen this guy on or near the fence and would have been able to prevent him from escaping. So somehow the system didn't alert them that something was going on.
Another question Cobb has is just how Elliot could make it through that sally port. That's a place where prisoners are brought inside, usually a highly secure area.
He was able to make it down the hill past the officer who should have been in this yard shack here, make it through this area here over to the sally port.
How could something like that happen?
That is one thing that is very puzzling. Sally Port is usually one of the most highly guarded parts of the prison because for all intents and purposes, it's a hole in the fence.
Do you think that this escape plan was very well thought out and methodic in its execution?
Absolutely. The guy had to have put some time into it. This is not something that he just thought up on a whim. A lot of time these guys they'll watch everything. And there's a saying that we have 8 hours to figure the prisoners out. They have 24 hours to figure us out.
Another thing I asked Cobb about it being the Super Bowl last night, he says prisoners and guards both usually want to watch the big game, and he described it as the perfect opportunity for Elliot to try to slip out when everyone is watching. Now, if someone wasn't at their post, that is obviously a big problem. Live in studio control tonight, Danny Carlson, 24 Hour News 8.